Hi guys, it's David James from Business Growth Digital Marketing, and in this video I want to talk about advertising on LinkedIn. So I don't know if you have ever had any experience with advertising on LinkedIn, but it's thought to be the most expensive, or at least one of the most expensive platforms to advertise on. So you can see from the dashboard that I ran a campaign, I got 3 clicks, 2 social actions. It cost me 44 Australian dollars. That's very expensive. And there was no return on investment on that. So it was, in effect, it was wasted advertising spend. However, it was a good learning experience. So this is what I want to talk to you about in this video if you are considering to go forward with LinkedIn advertising. So there are people who have been able to successfully crack LinkedIn advertising, and they can get leads for a very cheap price. Now, one of the brilliant things about LinkedIn is it has a strong database of people that you can reach out to get lead opportunities and to close bigger business deals. So I can see the logic behind their advertising. But for new advertisers, it's very risky from a financial point of view. Because if we're going to spend, say, like $13 on a click, or like $30 on a click, whatever the price might be, and it takes 10 clicks to be able to create one opportunity, it's quite a big risk if it doesn't pay off for itself, especially if you're a small business or a small to medium sized business. That being said, if you are looking to close really big deals, such as 100,000, 200,000, $1 million deals, then spending, let's say, $10,000 on a campaign like this on LinkedIn is actually very cheap, especially knowing that you might only need to make 1 to 5 sales over the year. So so in my case, I was trying to get people to become aware of an introductory product, which would lead into a higher price product. So the introductory product was priced at $15, which was an ebook, and then it would ideally lead the person who would download the product to purchase services that were worth $1,000 to $10,000. So I just ran a small campaign. For me in my position right now, it's not worthwhile investing it from a financial risk point of view. And I have some other channels that I feel like I can get a better return on investment in the short term. But if your marketing budget does allow for investing in this channel, I would say go for it. But it's going to be one of your more expensive marketing channels. So let me go down and let's take a look at some of the details. So you can see I ran the campaign, and I just ran it for like a couple of days because it was too expensive. Now I'm just going to change the details, and I'm going to go to the ebook campaign. Now here I'm going to walk through the different parts of the campaign that I set up. Okay, so here is the summary of the ad. It was just telling them to take a direct action, and the link went to a lead box, which would force them to put in their details so they could receive a copy of the ebook. Now, from the campaign that was run, you can see that it was started on the 12th of January. It launched on the 13th of January, went on the 14th, and then I stopped it by the 15th. In total, there were 3 clicks, and the total amount of clicks cost $31.31. The ad was run in the content feed. So there's the news feed that people look at when they're on LinkedIn. So I'll just jump over to LinkedIn. So yeah, like there's an example, and this is the middle of the feed. So the content actually appears within the feed. And for example, this is a sponsored piece of content. Yeah, so that's the kind of campaign that I ran. And I ran this on a per click basis. I had run something similar on an impression basis before, and it didn't yield any return on investment or any clicks. So it was just too expensive, and it was just wasting my advertising budget. So I decided to go for a cost per click basis, but unfortunately it didn't really work out in this case as well. So I'll just jump over to the ad. So you can see this is the ad that was run. Very simple, just had an image, and it was going to the ebook. It had 2 likes, but it didn't generate any inquiries or any downloads. And without getting the downloads, it wasn't really worthwhile. Now, the audience is the really, really interesting one, because you want to try to minimize your costs by focusing on a really laser targeted audience. I had run another campaign where I tried to target hundreds of thousands of people. It just wasted the budget completely. So what I try to do is I try to get the campaign as close to 1,000 LinkedIn members as possible. If you're targeting less than 1,000 LinkedIn members, typically LinkedIn won't show your ad. So there's ways to be able to really narrow it down and to really target it down to a micro niche. But more often than not, LinkedIn won't allow you to serve your ads. So if you can get that to work, that's great. But if not, you're going to be in a bit of a pickle. And so some of the ways that I target it is I target an audience based on the location, and then you've got the gender. So the more you can break it down, the better. Just that it will keep your cost down. Target the different age groups, the company size, the job titles, skills and interests. And other ones that are quite interesting are fields of study, but it depends on what it is you're trying to target. And actually the company industry or the company name. So I tried to do it with another business, which was the company's names, and then I broke it down. If you've got people in member groups, then try to target them as well. But you want to pay attention to this number over here and try to get it to as low as 1,000 as possible. But if it's under 1,000, then it's unlikely that LinkedIn will show your ad. Then we go to the bid and budget. I wanted to try to get the ad to show as often as possible. If I go for the minimum bid, which is $4, it's unlikely that anyone's going to see the ad, which is why I aim to have it above the recommended pricing. So this is $7.52 to $11.30. I opted for 13 cents so I can always get the bid. Uh, then it forces you to provide a minimum daily budget. So in this case, it's $13. I put $26 because I wanted to get a couple of clicks. The more budget you have, the better it is. Now, the other way that would be much more interesting is if you can do it on a cost per thousand basis. But the bids are actually quite high, but it can work out to be more cost effective if your targeting is done right. So here the bid range is between 32 to 50 Australian dollars, and that's on a daily basis. Sorry, that's per 1,000 views. If I am targeting 4,000 people, it's very likely that they'll see it, and then I'll get charged for it quite a bit. So there'll be times when they'll see it multiple times and people just won't take any action, and you will actually get charged for it. So if you can nail your audience targeting, it actually works out to be worthwhile. But in this case, I wasn't able to get it to be favorable for this campaign. So I'm going to go back to my account, and I ran another campaign just as a test campaign. Now this was based on the text ads. Now the text ads are the ones that appear on the right hand side, so it's these ones. So you can see that there weren't any clicks, but the average CPM was much lower. So the good thing is you can get the CPMs for quite low, so you don't have to spend that much. However, it's not going to do anything if you don't end up getting any clicks. The issue I have with this is it's in a blind spot. So if you can really get it to stand out, then it's great. Otherwise, yeah, nobody's going to click on your ad. This was just a content promotion campaign. I wanted people to learn about the site, and it went to one of my most popular posts. So you can see the ad is very basic. You can see that I expanded the ad, so it had 40,000 LinkedIn members. But what I did was I segregated it by the companies that I wanted to target, and then I put in a bid. So the cost per impression was at least $2, up to $2.68. Yeah, if it's a cost per click, it's $7 to $13. So the price does go up quite a bit. So it's something that you need to test out. There is an opportunity to generate the right type of leads, but it's just really whether or not you want to pay for it and if you can afford to invest in the marketing activity to get you those leads. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.